A nutrition professor at Laval University challenges the theory that cholesterol causes heart disease. He's here with us in the studio. Good afternoon, Dr.
Good
Brisson.
afternoon.
Here I've been cutting down on the amount of butter and high cholesterol foods I've been eating. Now you're saying that they may not cause heart disease? What led you to that conclusion?
Well, I think what led me to that conclusion is simply an examination of the scientific results that have been published during the past 25 years. I think that we have been perhaps, misled is a strong word, but I think we have been wrongly influenced by the general hypothesis, the general supposition that heart disease were caused by the type of food that we eat, and especially the type of food that have cholesterol in them, you see. Like the butter and animal fat in general are food that have some cholesterol in it. And also eggs, for example. The egg is a very good example of a food that is high in cholesterol. So, this hypothesis or this supposition was that the level of cholesterol we have in our blood is influenced by the type of food that we eat, and especially those type of food that have cholesterol in them.
Okay, so
but
you're not
we
saying
know
that...
now, yes?
You're not saying that cholesterol doesn't have anything to do with
atherosclerosis
yes,
or coronary heart disease, no.
But you're saying how
yes.
that comes about is what you're arguing.
That's it. I am not saying that it is desirable to have a high blood cholesterol level, no. But what I'm saying is that whether or not we have a high blood cholesterol is not due to the type of food that we have been eating. That's what the scientific results say, you see.
Okay, in the diet then, you're maintaining that we can use the cholesterol-rich foods
yes.
in our diet. What does cholesterol actually do for us?
Yeah, well, that's a very good question. I think people don't know or were never told that cholesterol is a molecule, is a substance absolutely essential to life. Our body is making cholesterol, and it is making cholesterol each day in amounts 2 to 3 times as high, as great as what we are consuming in our food, because nature made certain that we would get our cholesterol without having to depend on our food to have it. For example, cholesterol is the parent substance for a great numbers of hormones. And for example, cortisone, you've heard of cortisone, which represent a class of hormones. The sex hormones, either men or women sex hormones, have as a parent substance cholesterol. The bile salts, the substance that are in the bile and are essential for the digestion of fat, they have cholesterol as a parent substance. And moreover, cholesterol is essential to build up our cellular membrane. So it is a very important and very essential substance.
Okay, but those things which you've mentioned, you say that we make it. We manufacture cholesterol, which we use in many ways in our own body. Then is it necessarily useful for us to take it in a diet?
Well, the point is that when we take cholesterol in our diet, a part of it is not absorbed. It goes right through our intestine. It is not absorbed. It doesn't go into the blood. And if cholesterol goes into the blood, it gives a message to our body to make less. So our body adjusts to the amount of cholesterol that is coming in. So the resulting effect is that the blood level of cholesterol is not very affected. So while it is true that we don't have to eat cholesterol to have it in our blood, it is true also that we don't have to feel guilty when we eat food that have cholesterol in them.
All right, then taking the other side of the coin, what kind of factors do you think do play a part in heart disease if it isn't a high cholesterol diet?
Well, I think, of course, that a condition that we call atherosclerosis, which is, let's say, the hardening of the artery, is definitely the cause of coronary heart disease. And but the exact cause of atherosclerosis, we don't know. And I think that it is time now that we perhaps change our attitude toward the whole subject and put more money into doing research to find out the exact cause of atherosclerosis. I think the lipid hypothesis, we have reached a point where we have not been able to prove that it is a fact. So I think that we should perhaps go back and try to find out what caused exactly atherosclerosis.
Is there any harm in being on a low cholesterol diet? I mean, if we manufacture what we need, and if we'll raise that level for ourselves, or adjust it depending on what sort of cholesterol level goes through, is there any harm if we
the problem is that if you go to a low cholesterol diet, you are taking out of your diet food that have a very high nutritive value. The egg, for example, is a good source of protein. It's a good source of certain minerals. Milk products are very good source of vitamin, good source of protein, good source of calcium. You know, the danger comes probably from the fact that we would eliminate from our diet very important food and very nutritious food.
So we're in danger of missing some things
definitely.
Just simply by trying to avoid the presence of cholesterol.
Yes, and also by avoiding food rich in cholesterol, you will automatically go toward, let's say, fats of vegetable origin. And fats of vegetable origin are very high in polyunsaturates. So you would...
But that's considered to be good for you, isn't it?
Yes, well, I mean, we have been led to believe that it is good for you. But there is nothing in the scientific literature that says that it is actually good for you to increase the amount of polyunsaturates above what we are actually eating. At the present time, the polyunsaturates are the equivalent of about 5 to 7% of our calories. Mm-hmm. This is sufficient to satisfy our needs. And there is no reason why we should increase that above the actual level.
So in avoiding cholesterol, your feeling is that chemically or nutritionally, we may be avoiding some of the things that we really can use, and that we should keep in a better balance.
Yes, that's why I think that the diet of the Canadians now is very well balanced, and I think we should keep it that way.
Okay, now, if your research into cholesterol has led you to believe this, then where do we go in the process of trying to track down and eliminate heart disease?
Oh yes, well, the heart diseases has a cause which we call multifactorial. There are many things that will make the heart condition or heart worse. You see, hypertension.
We're just being human. We're trying to find an easy way out.
Yes. Well, as a nutritionist, I would have liked to be able to tell you that nutrition is going to cure everything, but I cannot tell you that.
Dr. Brisson, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Dr. Germain Brisson is a nutrition professor at the University of Laval.